So crop and soil science is agriculture in my mind, although other departments may argue. But it's the development of new genetics, similar to what I do, and the management of those genetics, whether that's finding new ways to fertilize them for higher yields or to ward off insects or pathogens. So crop and soil science is agriculture.
I think the impact here is very crucial for crop production in the state, not just in peanuts but across the other commodities. This team, the peanut team, is one of the largest commodity teams probably in the U.S. when it comes down to such a small crop. We provide probably as much of the crucial information that growers need on a year-to-year basis in order to manage any potential issue that might come up in the short term as well as long term.
Yeah, so I'm actually lucky to do research, extension, and teaching. So I get to cover all facets of the soil science, soils and hydrology. As far as my research, I've researched mostly cotton and peanuts, and you know, we got a really good cotton and peanut team here. We got a lot of people working on cotton and peanuts. It's just a great place to work. But soil fertility, I test different fertilizers, different fertilizer techniques, anything to just produce good crops economically that we can give to the county agents so they can use those in their extension programs and get that information to the growers.
Joining the Crop and Soil Sciences Department was one of the smartest decisions I ever made. And it's because I've joined a true family of colleagues, and it's given me the opportunity to really expand my research programs in directions I never thought I could take them to. I'm an engineer by training, and most of the work I do still is engineering related. I do a lot of precision agriculture research. I play around with technology, develop new technologies, fine-tune older technologies. But before, I didn't really have the opportunity to interact with people who could apply my technologies or look at them from the crop perspective. Now I've got this group of colleagues here on the Tifton campus who I work with on a daily basis. People like Dr. Glenn Harris, Dr. Scott Tubbs, others who look at things from a variety of different perspectives. And so that gives me input on many, many things.
And so my role when I first came on in 2002 in Tifton was to evaluate pesticide fate in the environment and how it would affect vegetable production and other crops, carryover, etc. And from that, it has allowed me to travel nationally and internationally and present at meetings basically all over the world. It's been a big positive with respect to my career. It has allowed me to interact with people that I never would have interacted with unless I came here.
And so the Crop and Soils Department is key in peanut production, especially in Georgia, just because our breeding efforts. The breeding efforts here in the Crop and Soils Department is the basis of what crop we produce. I mean, the kind of crop that we produce here in Georgia. This high yield and high quality crop. If we did not have the breeding efforts, as well as the other colleagues that come in, like myself, looking at all the agronomic practices, how to manage diseases, insects, how to know what kind of money is invested in this crop, a grower pretty much could not grow a high yielding and high quality crop without the information and the backbone of the science that is produced here on the Tifton campus.
The biggest thing we always say is we have job security because it's always changing. One of the big impetus when I first came here was methyl bromide phase out, and so that just put the burden of weed control on herbicides, and with so many restrictions and things like that, that's, you know, Stanley's been involved heavily with registrations of new herbicides for vegetables, but along with that comes the inevitable issues of carryover, and that's what I've been heavily involved with.
Yeah, it's hard to put a dollar value, I think, on what this campus and you know, even Crop and Soil Science Department, this whole campus has on ag in Georgia, especially South Georgia, for row crops. We develop programs, like I said, to help the farmers through the county agents learn the most economical way to grow the crop, market the crop, everything. And it's just hard. It's hard to put a dollar value on it. And it makes us feel good when we're able to, you know, help the farmers. And sometimes even with just one phone call, they'll have a question on something they're thinking about doing, or a new technique or something they want to try new. And sometimes it's a good idea, or sometimes we have research to show that it's not a good idea, and we can help them out. So it's just really really satisfying to be able to help the growers like that.
Yes, the Tifton campus is a pretty close community. Everybody pulls together, works really well, cross disciplines, everything. I always say, you know, you can pretty much borrow anything from anyone because you know and they know that it'll be treated kindly and returned in good shape, and we all need each other to make things work. And that's kind of how all these projects come about together. There's no single person. It's our collection of people with a lot of good ideas, and it comes about.
I also really love teaching on this campus. I've been teaching for 15 years since our program started. I teach a soils and hydrology class, and one of the things I didn't think about when I first started teaching is watching the students as they graduate and get jobs and still working with them. A lot of them have become county agents, so I still get to work with them. So when they call me and ask me a question, I said, well, you should have paid more attention to class that day. You wouldn't have to call me. No, just kidding. But it is really satisfying. Something I didn't think about it, but it's really satisfying to me, fulfilling to know that you help them along with their career, and then still get to work with them after they graduate.
I really enjoy being a member of the Crop and Soil Science Department. The department has been very welcoming to me, and it's allowed me to take initiatives on the educational front that I've never had a chance to do in my previous department. So, for example, working with Dr. Miguel Cabrera in Athens, we were able to develop a dual master's degree program with the University of Padova in Italy, and that has become a really good success story because we have students, graduate students from our department going to Italy and students from Italy coming to our department here. So we've got over 12 students in the program at the moment. It's a huge success story.
Tifton, we're very much a family on this campus. We all interconnect, whether we're working on one particular crop or across many different crops. We help each other. By far, it's one of the best family atmospheres that I've ever been, involved with.